Welcome, boys. Now we are going to start our chapter number 2. If you don't have your textbook also, I have already uploaded this image file for chapter number 2 in our Google Classroom. The name of our chapter is Input and Output Devices, chapter number 2. Let's discuss this chapter. It's very easy, that input and output devices, which we have already learned in smaller classes. Now we are going to go a little bit detail about the devices and all. The word computer may be used for any device that is employed to compute or to calculate. We have already known this computer comes from the word compute. So those devices, we can use those words like computer. Peripheral are those devices which help us to input data into a computer or CPU, and text output slash result from the CPU. Look, you must have heard the word peripherals, this one, in name of the shop or anything in computer parts and all. Like example, I'll give you an example. Uh, like say uh, RK peripheral, RK peripheral, or something like that is an example you must have heard somewhere. I forgot that one. So peripheral are those devices which we have to use it, plug it into the computer for input or output purpose. Those devices like joystick, keyboard and all, everything, mouse and all, those shops which used to sell these parts of a computer, they used to name it like that, use these words also. Before a computer can process your data, you need some method to input the data into the machine. Device you use will depend on what form this data takes. Like if you use microphone as the input device, it'll give a sound. Or if you use keyboard, text format, artwork, if you draw artwork, etc., like that, depend on the input devices, how you are entering the data into the computer. Similarly, after the computer has processed your data, it processes some result or output on the processed data. This output could be displayed on the computer screen, hard copy or printed paper, or even the audio playback of music you compose on a computer. So music director and all, they used to compose music and all, everything by using a computer, so that composed music can hear by using this output device. That output device is sound, for output devices like speaker and all, headphone and all, they use for that, and input device, microphone and all. So like that, when we use any input devices to get the result of our work, we use some input devices like keyboard, mouse and all. We will give all the data or information into our computer by using these input devices, and it will process the computer, and we can see our result in a monitor, that is screen of a computer, or we can print our result by using a printer that is called hard copy, like that. The term input and output are used both as a verb to describe the process of entering or displaying the data. We use the word this input or output as a verb, that it is doing work. As a noun, referring to the data itself entered into or displayed by the computer. But as a noun, we use that word data or information. So input devices, all instructions are accepted by the CPU through electrical pulse from various kind of input devices. These input devices are as old as the computer, although till date they have undergone a lot of change. Now, look, all the input and output devices till now we are using, it's same age as a computer, because when we develop a computer, at the time also we have developed this monitor, keyboard, and all everything. So with due course of time or day by day, with the comfortability of the user, it's been changed. Like for gaming purpose, all the keyboards and mouse has been changed, or for the one which is a graphic user, like editing and all, its computer or mouse has been changed according to that. Like there are different types. First one is keyboard. Look here in note, keyboard is a standard input device and monitor is a standard output device. Most key attached to the PC via PS or two connector or USB port, a newer one. This PS2 is a old version. Every day we all used to connect our devices, the peripheral devices and all, by using a USB, a digital camera, mobile phone, everything nowadays, and pen drive also we used to connect by using this USB port 3 and latest one, USB port 3, faster data transfer rate. Like that USB port we used to connect all our peripheral devices. And keyboard is a standard input device. Without keyboard we cannot enter anything. We cannot enter anything means like just starting the keyboard, just starting the computer, we need a keyboard and a mouse. And for displaying the processes or result, we need a monitor so that we will know what is going on inside our computer and the result and all. The keyboard is the most common and simplest input device. It allows you to communicate with the computer. The computer keyboard is used to enter text information into the computer. When you type the content of a report, the keyboard can also be used to give command directing the computer to perform certain action. Look here, when you type any data or information inside the computer, your keyboard simultaneously you can use the keyboard for command purpose and all. Look here, the size of the keyboard. Keys may be different according to time and according to the types of keyboard. Keyboard are of two sizes, that is 84 keys or 101 to 102, or it may be 106 also, may be different. So here they are saying, but now 104 keys or 108 keys. So it may be different. The function keys, numlock keys, or some special keys and all like that. But average in general we used to say 104 to 108 like that. So this 104 to 108 keys keyboard is also available for this Windows and Internet. The keyboard keys are divided into 5 groups. Now let's see what are the groups that has been divided into the keyboard. And those buttons in the keyboard are called keys. That is called keys. I think this one keys and all. I think this is we have learned this one in class 3. First one is typing keys. Which keys are those? This we used to call this typing keys. These keys include the letter from A to Z and 1 to 9. These are called typing keys that we used to type and enter the data, everything inside the computer. Let's go to the next page. Okay. After typing key, next one is numeric keypad. With the word or with the name itself, you will know the keypad is present on the right of the keyboard and it consists of a set of 17 keys and used to enter numeric data. Numeric means number and all, or cursor movement, that arrow keys and all. Numeric keypad. Cursor movement also we can control it from there. Function keys. Look this one. Now this numeric keys we can control the movement of the cursor means by entering this enter and all we can move the cursor key. Next one is function key. There are 12 function keys which are present on the top of the keyboard. Each function has a unique meaning and use for some specific purpose. So F1, F2, F3 and all example, when we do refresh and all in the desktop, after that if you do first time, then you can press F5 and all, and it will do automatically this one refresh. No need to do the lengthy process, right click and do refresh and all. So like that, there are other functions according to that function key from one by one, from F1 to F2 the functions are different. And when you want to search something in your PC, then you can press directly F3 is for search function. Like that you can search in Google also if you want to know more. So we are not going to go into deep into that function key. So there are 12 function keys just above the keyboard, on top of the keyboard. Control keys. These keys provide cursor and control screen control. It includes all four directional arrow keys. Control keys also include home and insert, delete, page up, page down, control, alternate, escape key, everything. These are all extra keys and these are called control keys. Special purpose keys. There are some special purpose keys such as enter, shift, cap lock, num lock, space bar, and tab, screen print and all. Did you know this key screen print? You can print your screen and you can paste it in a MS Word or this one, uh, pen file and all. You can print your screenshot. This is screenshot. Screen print means you must familiar with the screenshot, the one used to take in mobile phones and all. That is the thing, screen print, the print screen. So this is the simple general keyboard. These are all function keys which are above top portion of the keyboard, and alphabet keys, cap lock key, shift key, you all know this one, enter key, arrow key, numeric keypad and all. So next one, pointing device. Let's go to the next device. When we heard the word this pointing device, our mind used to fetch this one, mouse and all. So let's learn some pointing device. There are different types of pointing device we used to use in our computers. The graphic user interface, that is GUI, in today some require some kind of device for positioning the on-screen cursor or pointing device. Typical pointing devices are mouse, trackball, touchpad, trackpoint, graphic tablet, joystick, and touchscreen. These are all some pointing devices. These are included. All these devices are included under this pointing device. So it will help us to point our mouse and move our cursor to our required position. First one, you all know what is mouse. It's very common. Mouse is a held hand device that controls the pointer on the screen. So most common, every computer in our school also we have this mouse, so we can use our pointing or pointer on the screen and we can move to our desired place. The mouse pointing device sits on your work surface and is moved with your hand. In older mouse, a ball in the bottom of the mouse roller rolls on the surface and you can move the mouse. This in some years back, before coming this laser mouse, uh, we use a roller ball back of the mouse, and when that roller used to roll on the surface or mouse pad, your pointer will move on the screen. Like that we use that mouse some like 20 years back, but now it's been changed because it's very heavy and we have changed that roller mouse. An internal roller sends the ball movement and transmits the information to the computer via a cord of the mouse. The newer optical mouse doesn't use a rolling ball but instead use a light and small optical sensor to detect the motion of the mouse by tracking a tiny image of the deck surface. That is, right now we are using this one in day-to-day life, this optical mouse. So this optical mouse avoid the problem of a dirty mouse ball. So, but in mouse ball, we're going to use a heavy ball inside the mouse, and it is going to roll over on the surface. So after some time, the ball used to get dirty. So by using this optical mouse, by using a light sensor in the optical mouse, we can avoid this dirty mouse ball, which cause the mouse to roll unsmooth. And if the mouse ball and the internal roller are not cleaned frequently, so it will be not this one. It will not work according to our needs. I mean, it may blink or it may jump from one point to another while using the mouse. A cordless or wireless mouse communicate with the computer via radio wave. Nowadays, we are often using this one, wireless mouse. So how does it work? It work on a Bluetooth hardware and protocol, so that the cord is not needed. For such mouse need internal batteries. Now for using wireless mouse, they are using this Bluetooth technology and protocol. For that we are going to connect a receiver via this one, USB. So we need a battery inside the mouse, and we are going to connect by using this technology, and we don't need any cord. It's a wireless. Our mouse also include one or more button and possibly a scroll wheel to allow user to interact with the graphic user interface. Now, scroll wheel in our day-to-day mouse also, we have seen this scroll wheel, we can scroll up and down, or we can use for other function also. So while playing games also you can use this one scroll wheel. And also in our day-to-day life we need we all included all mouse are included with this scroll wheel and all. So they have given two examples. One is two button mouse with a scroll wheel, and one is wireless mouse with one button, another more one button. So these are two examples. Now let's go to the next point. You must have familiar with this touchpad. That is in our laptop and all. We are using this touchpad to as a mouse pointer, is as a mouse. Most laptop computers today have a touchpad pointing device, which you move on the screen cursor, sliding your finger along the surface of the touchpad. So we have to point with our finger in the touchpad. We can move the pointer by moving our finger in this area of the touchpad. Like here, this is an example in figure 2.4. This is the touchpad, and you can move your finger out here, and this is the left click, right click. While using your finger, you can move it out here, and the mouse pointer will also move in your computer. The buttons are located below the touchpad, but most touchpad allows you to perform mouse click by tapping on the pad itself. By tapping out here, in this area, in this touchpad area, it will act as a uh, left click, and right click you can press it harder on the pad. Like that, to work as a left click and mouse, this one right click on this touchpad itself, and it is also providing a dedicated left and right click over here with the two buttons. Touchpad have an advantage over mouse that they take up much less room to use. They have the advantage of trackball, which were used in earlier laptops. that there are no moving parts to get dirty, and it result in jumpy cursor control. So we are going to learn this Trackpoint later on. But before developing this touchpad and all, we have been using this some Trackpoint and all. You can see some Trackpoint devices in Lenovo laptop and all. In the center of the keyboard, you can see a small device, movable device like a joystick, uh, just in the center of the keyboard of your laptop. Now let's learn this Trackpoint. Some notebook laptop, a smaller one, sub notebook computer such as like IBM and ThinkPad. ThinkPad is like this one, Lenovo. Lenovo, they have producing this ThinkPad and all. So it's a smaller device, which is a little bit smaller. So like this type of in this type of computer, there is no space for this touchpad and all. It's a little bit smaller. So in that type of device, they have included this Trackpoint. Incorporate with the Trackpoint a small rubber projection embedded between the keys of the keyboard, and a Trackpoint act as a little joystick that can be used to control the position of the on-screen cursor. So this act as a joystick between the keyboard. This little thing usually it used to be in red color. Okay, let me show you. I'll show you this Trackpoint. Let's see. So it acts as a little joystick, small joystick between the keys, and it's going to use for. So this is a button that IBM and all this idea pad and all they are using this one Trackpoint. Small button between it is usually in red color. ThinkPad Trackpoint. So like that, it acts as a pointing device. And next one is Trackball. The trackball is sort of like a upside down mouse. The one which we are using in earlier days, the mouse which we use is rollerball. So like that, it's look like an upside down mouse with the ball located on the top. Usually we have to use for this one. The ball we use for pointing device by rolling the ball on the device, and the internal roller similar to that what is inside the mouse sends the motion which transmitted to the computer, and while we are going to roll this mouse, it's going to move the cursor where we want to move in the screen, and we can use it as a pointing device. So while moving this, it sends the motion of the trackball and it will transmit it to the computer and it will move the pointer. Trackball has the advantage over the mouse in that the body of the trackball remains stationary on the desk, so you don't need much room to use the trackball. So what is the advantage of this trackball? But usually we don't use this trackball. It has more advantage than the mouse also, because I don't know, we are much familiar with the mouse, the one which we are using with the two button cursor and all. So the body used to be in stationary. The body used to be in still position. It will not move. You are going to move the cursor over there by moving this roller only. You have to roll this one and it will move the cursor. So it will point where you want to point. So like that, it's upside down. It looks like just like an upside down mouse. So let's go to the next one. Trackball are common on CDA workstation for easy use. Trackball are sometimes seen on a computerized special purpose workstation such as a radar console in a air traffic control room or sonar equipment on a ship or submarine. Usually we don't use this trackball in our computer. So it is specialized used in a workstation like this one, the one which they have mentioned, that radar console in the air traffic control or computerized special purpose this one in some workstation and all, submarine and all. So usually in our computer we don't use this trackball, but it acts as a pointing device. Now this must be familiar with the next topic, that is a joystick, the one which we use to play games in our computer, game console and all. So it is a pointing device. Joystick and other game console controller can also be connected with the computer as a pointing device. The joystick is similar to a mouse except that with a mouse the cursor stops moving as soon as you stop moving the mouse. With the joystick the pointer continues moving in the direction of the joystick point. The lever moves in all directions and control the movement of the pointer or some display symbol. To stop the pointer, you must return the joystick in the upright position. So they are teaching us like how to use the joystick. So this joystick we can move it is in 360 direction. We can move in all over the side. So while you are moving this in whatever you want the direction, so that the controller or in the screen of you will see that the control is moving in left or right direction, the one which you are moving controlling or which you are moving in by handling this one. But generally they are used for playing games, not for controlling on-screen cursor or other productivity software. So joystick are usually for playing games while you are flying a plane or while you are this one playing football and all, joystick and all. I don't think so this can play football, but while playing this one driving or while playing plane games and all, you can use this joystick and all. Now let's see the interesting topic, that is touch screen in your mobile phone and everything. Everything now is just touch screen, even the refrigerator, washing machine and all, everything it's turned into touch screen. So what is this one? What is this pointing device? This is a type of display screen that has a touch sensitivity. So in the screen itself, on the screen itself, the one which you're using as a monitor, the screen itself is a touch sensitive transparent panel covering the screen. So when you touch with your finger or any device, so it acts as a pointing device. So the whole screen is acting as a pointing device. Instead of using a pointing device such as mouse or a light pen, you can use your finger to point directly to the object on the screen. Directly you can click on the screen just like while you are using a mobile phone. This is a touch screen tablet or maybe laptop. Laptop and tablet also, all laptop, yeah, some laptop is support this touch screen and all, so you don't need to use mouse and all, and it can be used as a tablet also, so like that. So this touchscreen pointing device, it acts as a pointing device to use as a mouse. Directly we can touch the app or the position where that application is there. You can touch with your finger directly or by using a special pen and all. This gives the location on the screen and which has been touched. Using the touchscreen is a quick and simple. The touchscreen is used in shopping mall, airport, ATM, banks, and amusement park and all. While for booking a ticket and all in airports and all, you can use this touchscreen, or in ATM and also you can. It's in touchscreen. You can touch on the screen and you can enter the amount and enter, and it will all work as like that in the screen. So now let's learn about graphic tablet. This is the last point. Graphic tablet. Graphic tablet usually used by a graphic designer or animator. So graphic tablet consists of this electronic writing area. This is the one. This is graphic tablet, and it uses a special pen to draw or write on that area, that is working area or writing area. So graphic tablet allows the user to create a graphical image with the motion or action similar to that of traditional drawing tool. The one which we used to draw by a painter. In your school also, your sir used to draw by using a watercolor brush or color pencil and all. When you press deeply, the color used to go a little bit darker than the previous one. If you press smoothly, then color will be little lighter. Like that here also in this graphic tablet, it's a pressure sensitivity is there. So when you press a little bit harder with the pencil on the area, then the color will come a little deeper in your screen also. But this all facility and all, it's not there on the mouse. So this graphic tablet and all is used by the animator or creating a graphic images or drawing artists use this one. So this pressure sensitivity and all, it's there in this graphic tablet. So the pen of the graphic tablet is a pressure sensitivity, and so pressuring harder or smoother can result the brush stroke and different wide. So this is the thing, the one which I have explained before in an appropriate graphic program. So for that you have to use this one application software, so like Photoshop and all, different type of application for using this drawing and all. For that purpose, you can't use this. You can use pen, but all this facility and all, it will not get your detail in paint. But you have to use a particular professional application. So when you draw on this tablet with a special pen, so never use this ink or pencil. It's mentioned like don't use ink or pencil or watercolor in this graphic tablet. So you're going to use a special pen to draw over there. We're not going to use a ordinary pen or pencil or watercolor in that one. So this tablet or and pen can be used as a mouse to move the cursor and click also, but not this one. Comfortable to use as a mouse. This graphic tablet for drawing purpose and all, it's very comfortable to draw by using this graphic tablet and all. But for clicking or cursor using this one as a mouse pointing device, it's not comfortable. So artists and all, they are very much comfortable and they can use this device, pointing device, as a this one as a pointing device for their purpose, like drawing and all, for developing animation and creating a image or something like that. Creativity, for their creativity. Next one is scanner. We are going to do this one in next class. Scanner and all. So we have learned what are the points that we have learned in this output, input, and output device today. Input device, we have learned the first one, that is keyboard and mouse. In that mouse, no, in that pointing device, in the pointing device, we have learned mouse, touchpad, trackpoint, trackball, and joystick, touch screen, and graphic tablet. In scanner, we are going to learn more about scanner, next input device, and output device and all we are going to learn in later class. So let's end here for today, and let's see you in next class.